Kamusta mga kaibigan? Welcome to JoshFriends, where faith meets friendship and inspiration is always within reach. Ako po si Father Migs Ramirez, and as we step into another year together, I'm so glad you're here with us. For those just joining us, think of this as your spiritual tambayan, a place where we gather to share stories of faith through the amazing collection from JESCOM exclusives, Stories of Faith. Whether you're a long-time listener or this is your first time here, tuloy po kayo. Part na kayo ng barkada namin. Each episode, we invite friends of the Jesuits to share something special from the JESCOM Exclusives library. Readings from our books, song lyrics turned into poetry, and words that might be exactly what your heart needs to hear today. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into another episode of heartwarming stories and uplifting messages. Are you ready? Let's go!
Sa work ko, I forecast and plan things ahead. Months in advance, sometimes even a year. What's interesting is that some of the most important parts of my life didn't come from planning. I found them. Or maybe more accurately, they found me. I'm Ronald Dator, a demand planning manager based in Canada. My work is built around projections, identifying gaps, preparing supply, and responding before demand fully appears. The role depends on seeing what's ahead and staying ready for it. But faith, choir, none of those came from a forecast. Nahanap ko lang. O mas tama, nahanap ako. Growing up in the Philippines, I joined different choirs. I was never really the soloist. What stayed with me was being part of something larger, where your own voice blends into everyone else's. And what matters is that beautiful harmony you hear pag sabay-sabay kayo. Then, I moved to Canada. I still sing in a choir here. It's different, as I'm no longer in a Jesuit choir. And siguro, more importantly, I'm no longer with a choir that I can say na matatalik kong kaibigan. Still, some things don't disappear just because they're different. There's a difference between being physically away and being disconnected. Like, there's a difference between singing in a performance and singing in worship. The difference? It's the heart. That is how one is chosen. Hindi dahil magaling ka, kundi dahil handa kang gamitin sa mga mas malalaking plano kaysa sayo. Kaya naman, pag narinig ko ulit ang pagkakaibigan, it hits different for me. Pagkakaibigan is composed by Father Charlie Senson, S.J., at Bong Abad Santos, S.J., hango sa John 15. Available to sa Spotify, Apple Music, at lahat ng major streaming platforms. This song reminds me of my choir friends who I once sang together with. It reminds me that we sang more than just songs. Hindi ko naplano to, pero tulad nga ng sabi sa kanta, pinili ka at hinirang upang mahalin. And no matter how far apart I am with my choir, mula ngayon, kayo'y aking mga kaibigan. Yung kanta ay ginawa para awitin, sama-sama. And for choir members, worship singers, for those who teach kids about faith, doon pumapasok yung song sheets. Makukuha ang music sheets sa jescom.ph/josh. Para hindi lang marinig, para awitin, ituro, at maibahagi. We're in the third week of Easter. Pagkakaibigan is a beautiful Easter song. It depicts a time during Jesus' final days, before ascending to heaven, and just right after his death on the cross. It was both a reunion and a goodbye. For an OFW like myself, I imagine that Jesus felt something similar. The rejoice and delight when I reconnect with my friends whenever I visit the Philippines. Pero at the same time, napaka-limited ng time that the reconnection is also a goodbye. Like the message of this song, the message of Easter for me is clear. Simple lang, ang bilin ko sa inyo ay magmahalan. May it be sa work, sa family, friends, or even enemies. Sa pagmamahalan tayo, mananahan kay Jesus. Manahan, meaning to stay or remain. That's how we will remain in His love. And when we find this hard because of circumstances, emotions, situations, look at Jesus and how He endured it all. Na despite sa suffering niya sa cross, even when His own apostle betrayed Him for 30 silver coins, or even His best friend denied knowing Him 3 times until the cock crowed, ang kaibigan nating si Jesus, sabi nga sa kanta, nag-alay ng sarili niyang buhay, walang hihigit sa yaring pag-aalay. If you're part of a choir, a worship team, or kahit isang group lang na gumagamit ng music para mag-serve, i-stream ang Pagkakaibigan ng Hangad sa Spotify, Apple Music, at lahat ng major digital platforms. At kung gusto mong dalhin yung kanta sa iyong choir, yung actual song sheets, yung music sheets para ma-practice ng group, makukuha yan sa justcom.ph/Josh. At kung naghahanap ka ng something to read this season, mga libro na hindi lang magpapaisip sa'yo, kundi talagang gagalawin ka, i-check ang JustCom exclusives sa justcom.ph/Josh.
Maraming salamat po mga kaibigan. I hope the words we shared resonated with you and gave you something beautiful to carry into your week. Remember, the full book, song, or resource we featured today, along with so many other inspiring materials, can be found at JustCom Exclusives Stories of Faith. And before we go, I want to remind you, in this journey of faith, hindi ka nag-iisa. We are all in this together, growing and discovering God's love in every conversation, every story, and every moment. Ito po si Father Migs Ramirez, and until we meet again, paalam at ingat mga kaibigan.